So now I got it all filed down and all. So we put this cap on. And put my oil can. Just a minute. Found my oil can. I last used it on my old International truck, and left it on the air cleaner, or I thought I did, and then I took it for a drive. Luckily, I did not leave it on the air cleaner, so I did put it in the cab. Then there's this bastard, and I gotta figure out what length it needs to be. And it looks like that's too long. So, because it's gonna hit the governor arm, I think. Oh yeah, it's gonna hit everywhere. So I'm gonna go trim it, and we'll go from there. Okay, it is in there, not mounted, but in there, and it is still too long, so let me trim it one more time. This might be a little tricky. I might need to rebend it too. I might do that real quick, because it'll be easier now than later, if you know what I mean. Getting it in and getting it out is a little bit of a trick, not too hard. Okay, it appears to be clearing everywhere. Except on the top, I just need to trim that or something. Move the bolt down a ways. Into the nut. I hope it still clears. No, it doesn't. Oh no. You know what? This might be a little bit difficult. Because, still hits, and that's the minimum. So, let me do some finagling here. Okay, so this will be fun. So I got the hole knocked out. Got a nice little hole there. And it barely clears. It might knock, I don't know. It might knock because of that, or it might not. It either will or it won't. I don't know. I don't know. So, I think the next thing to do is to get the cam gear. Make sure we're putting it on the right way. Clean off a little. And I believe the bevel goes down. put that on. Then find that little mark. And bring it over here. Then get the timing or the cam and clean it up too. Now that we've got the cam all cleaned up and all, we'll find the mark on it. It's probably this here. And we will line it up with the mark on the cam gear on the crank. Then we will proceed to see if spacer here. We will proceed to see if anything hits something it shouldn't. Get my Dremel out of the way there. Okay. Probably be a good idea to run it or turn it in the normal operating direction. We need to go at least 2 full rotations. And it's not hitting the gear, it's not hitting the cams, it's not hitting anything, so it looks like we're good. Now, we can't just, sadly, we can't just put that little thing in there, that little splasher, and call it good. Here's why. So, the engine's gonna be sitting like this. How are we gonna fill it with oil? How are we gonna check the oil? That's gonna be a bit tricky. So, what I think we're gonna have to do is either probably we will have to plug this. But I think what we will have to do is drill a hole over here and tap it for pipe. Your size choice. The bigger the pipe, the easier it'll be to fill. Just remember that. And we will have to situate it. We will have to create the level so that it will be filled up to at least a 1/2 inch up the rod. 3/4 of an inch would be about right. So that means we're gonna have to drill the hole to be about, I don't know, right here. Then we're gonna come up with an elbow. I'm gonna use 1/4 inch because that's the tap I have. I'm gonna drill an elbow and drill a hole, come up with an elbow so that the oil level will be about right, I don't know, about right here. So about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 from the bottom of from the new bottom of the motor. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Drilling and tapping is, well, it's pretty normal stuff that if you're working and doing stuff like this, you should know how to do. So I'm gonna do it off video. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of half-ass putting it back together. But to do that, I have to clean up the gasket and make a new one.